right, what's on the list, sir?
All right. So let's start jumping. Let's do this one. All right. And I'll explain this one. So I just want to know, in all seriousness, I don't want, and I would never do one of these. I know you never would either. And I honestly feel bad for the guys and girls that are doing the OnlyFans. Like, I get why they're doing it. You know, I fully support somebody's right to make a living, do what they want, be entrepreneurial, be inventive. I feel like even the people that are like wildly successful, making millions a month, there's a cost that's going to come to that later in life.
Oh, for sure.
Like having that shit out there. But I just thought, as a funny thing, I mean, clearly as dudes, you just don't have we don't have the luxury of just going on there and doing yoga stretches for hours and making tons of money. But
really, I tried it. I got a lot of male followers.
Yeah, I mean, it would be exclusively male followers. But just to test your limits, you know, would you have like I was joking with Hill. I don't want her to have one, obviously, but we were joking around. Like, she was like, what would you be okay with? And I was like, I think I'd be okay with, like, if you just did feet. Like, if you had just one of those weird accounts where you're putting your feet in Jell-O, you know, like, I think I'd be okay with that if that paid off our student loans.
Yeah.
But like, do I want her, you know, doing, you know, complete ass out yoga up your butthole shots? No, obviously. But like, I was like, all right, what I want to see for you, how far I can push you.
So the question is, what would I be okay with putting out there for the world to see?
Right. Like, how far could I pimp you out and be like, all right, Jeremy, I'm an OnlyFans guru. You know, I have a way to make this thing. I'm
not even showing my face on here. So you're talking to the wrong guy.
Understood. But a lot of those aren't face. Would you show just feet, knowing that it's just,
is it
dudes?
My feet, I got great looking feet. Yeah.
Okay. So you do feet. All right.
I go about mid thigh.
Would you go? What about waist down?
Is it anonymous?
People don't know it's you, but it is your stuff.
Yeah, I put it out.
Would you really?
Yeah. If the problem is you get paid with that, which means you have to have a legitimate paper trail back to you.
Right. So you would still see. I wouldn't,
because it's gonna have a paper trail back to you.
What if it was $1 million a month?
Yeah.
Of just you meat spinning.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just doing helicopter.
See, really?
For $1 million a month?
I wouldn't do
Guaranteed?
it. No, because there's going to be a day it comes out.
I got a beautiful wiener.
Right, but then your sister's going to see it. Like,
no, she would not. She would never, ever be on that website. My sister is an awesome, amazing person. She would never do something like that. She listens. Her style.
She listens now, right?
Yes, she does actually listen now.
Shout out to your sister.
I know. She's awesome.
And your brother. But
they're both awesome.
So, all right. So you would, but wouldn't. What about if it was just your big ass man titties and just you doing weird nipple play?
Just doing like Terry Crews.
Right.
Just bouncing my pecs.
Flexing them.
Yeah.
Flicking them and torturing them.
Of course. The premise is $1 million a month.
Yeah.
And it might get out?
Yeah. No, $1 million a month, and it's eventually going to get out.
Yeah.
You would?
$1 million a month?
I still don't think I'd do that.
For your chest? Why not?
What if it was ball torture? just your nuts getting stepped on?
$1.5 million.
What if what do they call it? The humiliation, where it's just your junk.
And people laugh at it?
And just people just clowning on you constantly.
I'd do that for $100,000.
and
I'd pay for that.
You purposely take like ephedrine to make it like total shrink up.
just people pointing and laughing. Oh, for the right price, yes.
What if it was just ass stuff, like just your ass, your whole? Would you do that?
I mean, no, because I don't even want to see it.
No, but
I don't even want to have to look at the video and see what my own ass looks like.
Agreed, but there's something for everybody.
Mystery should always remain a mystery.
Like there used to be.
I'm saying I don't want to even see what my ass looks like, and I would have to at some point in the editing process.
Let's say you don't have to edit.
See, okay. Well then, yeah.
Let's say it's just you. Just you, a camera a couple inches away from the hole.
Is it?
And you just tickling.
Oh, you didn't tell me I had to touch it. So you're saying is this $1 million a month guaranteed for
$1 million a month day one?
Oh yeah. What wouldn't you do
I wouldn't do any of this.
for $1 million a month?
I wouldn't, as comfortable as you would be, I feel like instinctually you'd be like, yeah, hell yeah. But I feel like later in life you'd be like, oh God,
Yeah, but you'd be sitting on a 12 mil a year.
I just still feel my conscience. I still feel like I wouldn't be able to. When people are like, man, how are you so successful? And I'd be like, well, well, there's a story
Say,
there.
"Here's my asshole.
My
Right here,
God.
take a look at this. It's fucking foul."
I don't think I could get over the fact that there would be so many just like disgusting dudes
Looking at you,
just rubbing it, to
That's-
oh,
you can't think about that. I didn't think about that at all.
you have to consider all of this.
I mean, it's gonna happen, of course. That's who's paying your bills. But who cares?
what if it's just
Why not capitalize on it? Why not make your money on it? You know what I mean?
because there's a consequence. Then
What's the
then
consequence?
later in life, let's say you meet the perfect woman. She's a woman of your dreams. And she's like, oh, wow, he's a great guy. He's got good ethics, good morals, good sense of humor. He's also successful. At some point, you're going to have to get into how you got so comfortable.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be ashamed. I'd say, listen, this is what's paying for our cruises.
I don't know. I feel like
You would do none of that. Well, what's your limit?
I think feet or hands I would do.
Hands. Okay.
I don't know. I'm not an OnlyFans.
How about elbows? Would you do elbows? Pull your
Probably.
elbows out for a couple
yeah.
mil?
Yeah, I'd probably do elbows.
Yeah, good elbows.
Yeah, I'd probably do elbows, knees, feet. I think my limit is like the trunk of my body.
Okay.
And
So your limit stays central to your physique.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think like and I got huge nasty feet. So there's probably a market for that. And I got big gangly hands
So there's
too.
a market for that.
But what if it's just a close up of your mouth and it's
Okay.
just mouth stuff?
That's weird.
All of it's weird.
I feel like a close up of your anus would actually be better than a close up of your mouth.
Somehow that's less invasive.
What if it's like a camera down that's pointing down your throat? It's just your tonsils. You
Yeah,
would
I
do
could
that.
probably do that. But there's literally there's accounts where it's just girls farting into cakes. There's a market for everything.
First of all, I'm just saying, I've never seen this website, and I plan to never see it. I know nothing about it.
You don't want to see some cake farts?
I don't. I'm certainly not paying for it.
There are some kinks out there that are so wild. There's literally, I forget what the name of it
They
is.
fart on a cake.
Well,
Why a
there's
cake? They fart on other objects?
I think they do, but I think there's a whole subgenre of kink where girls sit in cakes and mush their ass down, and it's a whole thing, and there's different types of cakes, and then of course there's other subgenres that take to the extreme where it's them now farting in cakes and doing weird shit. And I can get that somebody would be like, oh, this is so funny. I'm going to pay for this to send it to my buddy.
Yeah, but there's just people who
There are people at home
are
literally-
getting something off of this,
Yes.
or getting off on this.
Yes. I mean, there's ASMR ones. I mean, these are pretty innocent where it's just somebody just going, and that turns people on for some weird reason. It could literally just be a lady or a dude. Just I've seen these on like TikTok. Well, they'll just take like a box of crayons and they're just like opening the top back and forth.
Yeah, that's ASMR. That's different though. That's not like a weird fetish that someone's paying for. That's free on YouTube. They have ASMR on this site.
What if what site? Oh yeah, 100%. Well, all right. What if it was just you working out in the buff, reading the news,
Oh.
doing jumping jacks,
I don't care who you are. That's not fun to look at.
doing squats.
What's a low angle camera?
Yep.
Just watching you prairie dog every rep.
Yep.
Oh God!
It's just nuts to the ground every time.
Yes. Your intestines poking out. Oh man!
All right. Well, your limit is way further than I actually thought it was.
I mean, for a guaranteed meal a month, would you care? That's like that's like people that say you got to buy your lottery ticket to South Carolina because it's anonymous.
Yeah.
But if I won hundreds of millions of dollars, first of all, if you bought it in another state that wasn't anonymous,
Uh-huh.
then the winning ticket was sold in that state. So had you not bought it in that state, you wouldn't have won, first of all.
Agreed. And if you have that kind of money, you can pay for anonymity.
Yeah, who cares,
Yeah.
man? It's people who don't know how to say no. Right?
I did not think you'd be this open. Hey, listen, unrelated. I think we should start a butthole only fans.
Butthole only fan. Fucking sphincter only. Okay. Oh God, just put my poop shoot out there.
All right, this one.
I'm gonna hard pass unless you can guarantee the mill, and the only way you can do that is if you're the only member.
I will be your only subscriber. No, but all right. So this next one, this was making Hillary really laugh because she didn't know about this. Full disclosure, I really am trying to completely cut porn out of my life.
I have, so this is not going to be a good
conversation. This isn't. You have or haven't?
I have.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
This isn't unique to me. There's a lot of trends going where it really does rot your brain.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to cut it out, but whatever. Not too long ago, Hill and I were talking, and I was making her laugh because we were talking about different kinds of porn we had seen. And, typical ladies, she's a lady, she's seen some shit, but typically guys are way grosser.
Yeah, they see gross shit.
And somehow it came up, and she could not believe this was real. And I was like, this is real. Have you ever seen the ones where, like a lady gets stuck in the dryer or, like, stuck under the bed?
What are you watching? No. What the fuck?
It's so funny because it's always like a guy walks into a room
naked,
and no, it'll start out quote unquote innocent, like it's a guy walks in and his girlfriend's like she's just stuck in the dryer and her ass is hanging out, but she's got yoga pants on or something. She's like, honey, help me, I'm stuck in the dryer, and she clearly is 8 inches of room all around her body. She could just back out.
This is the thing.
The video progresses like, oh my god, how did you get stuck in there? And then 5 seconds later, it's just right on her
fuck in the dryer.
And they'll get stuck under the bed. It's always them stuck.
I didn't know this was a thing.
No, it's a thing.
I did not know.
A lot of times it has a creepy undertone of like, it's like a step.
Oh, there, yeah,
something or whatever. But it's something that always made me laugh because it's so absurd.
Do people watch this?
Yeah,
I mean, is it for laughs?
No, it's not. It's serious. I think the people watching it are more into like a dominant type like situation. Like back in the day, there was the joke, but this was real porn, like where the pizza guy would deliver it. Yeah. He's like, the girl would be like, "Oh, I don't have any money. How can I pay for this?" Oops. It's kind of along that lines, but it's more like the guy walking into a room. The girl's like, "Oh my god, I'm stuck. I need help," and he's just like, "All
right." If in real life, I was with a young lady, fine, upstanding young lady, and I walked into the room and she said, I'm stuck in the dryer.
Yeah, and her ass is hanging out.
I would say, what the fuck are you doing in the dryer? Why are you in there?
But I also know you really well.
I probably,
if she was stuck and that thing was up in the air,
I'll probably do exactly like these videos. But my question would be, what are you doing in the dryer?
But right, that'd be your first question.
What brought you here?
2 minutes later,
how do we find ourselves in this position? Now I got to do what I got to do.
Now I got to fuck you out of this dryer.
And now you know what happens next. Okay, there's only one way out of this. What the fuck? I cannot believe this is such things. First of all, it's farting in cakes.
There's farting in
we're
cakes.
Fucking getting stuck in household appliances.
Oh yeah, there was so. Like I said, I've kind of stopped. I'm trying to cut it out all my life, but there are some subgenres in there. And again, these aren't things I'm searching for. It's when you're scrolling, you'll see
sure.
No.
I get it. Yeah.
I'm serious. You'll see a thumbnail, and you're like, "What is going on there?"
I gotta see. How is she stuck in a dryer?
Right. Like, have you ever seen crazy little subgenres like that just made you laugh?
It's been years.
Oh, good for you.
Since I've looked. I don't look at this shit anymore.
Well, they also blocked a lot of it in this state. Thankfully, I'm actually happy about that. It's just less temptation. But oh my god, I'm trying to think of other ones. That one really made her laugh. She's like, "That's not a real thing." I was like, "That's a real thing."
A real thing.
Oh, they just
you guys made a night of it. You watch it.
No,
You put her in the dryer.
Then she got, ironically, she got stuck in the dryer.
Totally unrelated. She was fixing the dishwasher. Okay. She had to go to the very back of it. I don't know how this happened.
I will tell you a video I used to be into. This is really a little too much information. I used to watch massage videos.
Okay. That's just, I feel like, normal.
I just thought that was kind of hot. And it's either way. Sometimes it's the dude doing the massage, or sometimes it's the dude getting a massage.
Okay, that's gay.
No, not with another dude. It would be like the girl rubbing him down,
like in Bruce and Todd's massage adventure.
No. And then it evolves.
I've seen that. Yeah.
She'll flip him over, and she's like, "What's this?" I mean, those are pretty bad too. Because,
I know.
You don't like those?
Yeah, sure. I like it better than stuck in a dryer. What the fuck?
Those are real things. I don't recommend looking it up. It's a deep rabbit hole.
I feel like that's normal porn, if there's such a thing nowadays.
That's the funny thing. This is why I've cut it out, because this is just a natural human thing. The more fucked up shit you see, the more fucked up shit you need.
Mm-hmm.
And like you just mentioned, when we were kids, before the internet in the 80s, you would literally have to jack off to the Sears catalog.
Yeah.
Because, but then again, that also did the job because you were so deprived.
Yeah.
Like, I remember being, like, I would sneak in the mall. We had, it was a book and magazine store. I forget the name of it now. It wasn't Barnes & Noble's. It was before that. It was a place that actually sold books, magazines, but they would have a top rack of, like, the Playboys and Hustlers.
And all that shit, yeah.
Yeah, when I was like 13 or 14, I would try to wait till they weren't looking, and I would grab one, and I'd run down one of the aisles just to look at it.
Jerk off real quick in aisle 6.
Yeah, and I remember, I would get so, like, it would hurt. You know, like.
That's because you were pubescent, though. That's another. Jesus, what the fuck was that? That's another good topic. Someone's shooting at us. That's another good topic.
What was that?
I don't know. It ain't corn.
Something fucking just hit the roof.
That was
anyway.
Loud.
But yeah, I remember like just the sight of like anything would. I mean, like I said, my pants would hurt. Like it was going to shoot off like a rocket. You know.
Yeah. That's another, when you were young, and that fuse got lit, there was only one way to put that fire out.
Oh my God, we were cursed. I used to joke that like like you're cursed at young age with like the most aggressive sexuality, and you can't do anything about it. And then you get older, and you can finally do something about it.
You can't get a rod for the life of you.
You just don't care, or you just don't care. You're just like, fuck it, I don't care. But yeah, like when you were young, I literally remember firing off loads in my room that I never found. Like, never found. Like, they would go over my head.
Your mom found them.
I'm sorry
to tell you. Your mom found them. She said, why is this t-shirt glued to the fucking ceiling?
Let me tell you a story.
I don't understand.
This really happened. I grew up in a house of 6 people, so there wasn't a lot of privacy.
Okay.
And I was a late bloomer anyway. But I didn't get my own room until I was like 17.
And it was a fucking jerk off.
Oh my God.
It was just
that room became
cursed.
But so I always shared a room. My sister had her own room because she was a girl, and then there were 3 boys. And so I either shared a room with my older brother or my younger brother, depending. I didn't get my own room until 2 of them had moved out to college. And so then I had my own room at 17. And I used to fire them off into this one blue shirt I had. And I would hide it under the bed.
It was not hidden.
Well, here's the point. You're not wrong. Well, first of all, the blue shirt, I'll never remember. I'll never forget. It was navy blue. But I had fired so many things into that it became tie-dyed. I didn't know what that means. It bleached it. So anyway, not only was this thing now tie-dyed, but it was stiff as a board.
I'm guaranteeing.
I mean, it was like plaster of Paris. And I would just chuck it back under the bed. And one day I reached under to get it.
And it was clean.
It was gone.
Oh no.
Right. My mom never said a word about it. But can you imagine her cleaning? Can you imagine being a mom? Because little boys are animals.
Oh yeah.
There wasn't a thing in that room that I don't think I had fucked or blown a load on.
And your poor mom had to go reach under your bed, pull his fucking shirt, stiff as a board.
Oh,
and she knows. She knows.
Right.
She knew what it was.
To sing her praises a little bit, number one, she was one of the just coolest ladies in the entire world. Okay. She was my universe. She also was a nurse. So she knew about healthcare. And she had 3 boys.
Yeah.
So this wasn't a surprise. And she had the greatest sense of humor, which I didn't know when I was younger. And I'll tell you a story about how I found that out. But I can picture it. I bet she found that thing and was equally horrified and equally stifling in like the biggest laughter.
Oh my God.
But yeah, she never mentioned it. But she had a wicked sense of humor. Because not only was she a nurse, not only did she have 4 kids, 3 of them being boys, one of them, which was an absolute animal, me.
Yeah.
She also worked for an OBGYN for the first half of her career and then worked for a urologist the second half. So all she did at work was see dicks and vaginas and assholes.
And rectums.
And everything. And she was so
sexy
good.
Little man buttholes.
Man buttholes. But she would be so good about not sharing her dirty sense of humor with the kids because it's inappropriate. Right. But once I got older, I started noticing, she would send me like funny cards or things like that would kind of push the limit. And then I'll never forget this because this is something she did to me in college that was so funny, but I was so embarrassed because I was a pretty mild. I was wild, but I was pretty quiet when in college, I didn't have a lot of friends because all my high school friends went to different schools.
You're too busy sitting at home jerking one out.
No. I was working in college and I just didn't have a lot of friends. I'm not very outgoing when I don't know people. And everyone at college is shy in the beginning. And I also transferred. That fucked me too. My first semester, I went to JMU in Virginia and I hated it and missed home so much. I transferred to Rutgers. So I had the added downfall of transferring in half the freshman year, the second semester, when everyone had already met each other.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I think it was my freshman year or sophomore year at the latest. She was such a good mom. She would send care packages to all of her kids. And we would get, a box. You'd show up at the little mailroom in the college and you'd get a box and it would be like, it might be some socks and some underwear, some candy, some school supplies, whatever it was, a card. And
a giant bottle of lube.
Well, here's the thing. Okay. So she, again, at this time, she was working for an OBGYN. And so all around our house growing up, we had Viagra clocks. We had pens. It was all the drug rep stuff.
Yeah.
So I remember I'd be in high school and I'd be writing down notes and a girl next to it would be giggling. And I'd be like, what? And the name on my pen would be some birth control or yeast infection cream. It would be a Monistat pen.
Yeah.
But I was such an innocent kid. I'd be writing down, because she would bring home all the free drug rep shit because it was free. Yeah, I used to have a tie. It was a Viagra tie. It had a wire in it. And you could pull it up.
Dick on it.
But anyway, so this is the point. So she worked in an OBGYN. She would have all this drug rep stuff and also have all of the supplier boxes they got all their stuff in. And so I don't even know if she did this 100% intentionally, but I think she did. She sent me a care package once, and at Rutgers, I don't know if it's still this way, but the way it was is you had your small little mailbox that would have just like little envelopes type bills. And if you got anything that was bigger than a pack of cigarettes, you'd have a little slip in there. You had to go to the main desk.
Yeah, I remember that.
And get your big package. And so I had one of those once, and it was like, right, your big package. And it was like, you have a package. And so I get in line. I'm in line with a whole bunch of 18, 19, 20-year-old guys and girls from school. I don't know. I'm super shy. I'm there alone.
Oh, this is awesome.
And I hand the ticket to the guy behind the counter, and he instantly starts snickering.
Oh!
And he goes behind him, because I guess they had been waiting to see who was going to pick this up. And my mom had sent a care package with a bunch of, again, school supplies, whatever, candy. But she had taken a KY jelly box. Because they get that by the gallon, at the OBGYN. And she had taken, and it clearly all over the outside was KY jelly, industrial size, this, that, and the other thing. And she had written, there was a little, the stamp that had the address, but she had written in big Sharpie, to Steve, love mom.
Oh no!
And I had to pick up this giant
box of KY from your mom.
It was like the size of a 30-pack of beer, and there was no KY in it, but it had the logo and everything.
There was.
I had to walk from there to the. You couldn't hide that in your backpack.
No.
And I remember calling her and going, "What? You couldn't have picked any other box," and she was cackling.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I love that.
That actually happened.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, she was a funny lady. She used to, oh God. And then she would later in life tell me the stories about all the funny shit we would do as kids where she couldn't laugh in front of us.
Yeah, she had to hold it in.
I wonder.
Save it for later.
I wish I could have ever asked her what she did with that t-shirt. And I bet she was like, "You think that's the first t-shirt I found?"
Oh. She threw it right in the trash. She said, I already know there's not enough detergent on this earth.
Did you not do that? Did you not have a dedicated shirt?
God, I don't think so. I think something traumatic happened because I don't have many memories from more than about a week ago. But
you don't remember shit from when you were little?
God, no, not at all.
I remember the shit that embarrassed me.
I also didn't hit puberty until I was 36. So
I was a late bloomer.
I was